Today, we will go over 10 things you need to know for your US citizenship interview during the pandemic. Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new, we're here to help you pass your US citizenship interview. With the ongoing pandemic, USCIS has been following CDC guidelines and has implemented many new procedures. The interview format has also changed to protect the workforce and the public. To help you prepare for your US citizenship interview, today we will go over 10 things you need to know. Let's get started. If your interview was canceled due to the pandemic, there's nothing you need to do. USCIS will automatically reschedule your interview. And we've seen a lot of applicants who have already interviewed or received rescheduling notices. It's a good time to start studying if you haven't. We have all of the study materials on our channel, and you can check it out here. If you have any symptoms of COVID-19, including cough, fever, or difficulty breathing, or have tested positive for COVID-19, do not go to the interview. Call USCIS as soon as possible to reschedule your interview. Do not arrive too early to the interview. Most of the field offices will not let you into the facility until 15 minutes before your appointment. We suggest you arrive early and wait in your car until you are allowed to go in. In order to limit the number of people in the waiting room, applicants with scheduled appointments may only be accompanied by an attorney, an interpreter, a parent, legal guardian, or a trusted adult if the applicant being interviewed is a minor. Immediate family members listed as dependents on the application or interview notice, and an individual assisting a disabled person. You may also have to answer some health screening questions before entering the facility. Here are some of the questions the security guard might ask before letting you in. Have you had any symptoms of COVID-19, including cough, fever, or difficulty breathing? Have you been in close contact with anyone known or suspected to have COVID-19 in the last 14 days? Have you been directed to self-quarantine or self-isolate by a healthcare provider or public health official within the last 14 days? Have you traveled out of the country within the last 14 days? All answers should be no. All staff and visitors over 2 years old must wear facial coverings in the USCIS facilities at all times. You may be directed to briefly remove your face covering to confirm your identity or take a photograph. USCIS reserves the right to deny entry to individuals who do not wear a face covering. There will be markings for social distancing and physical barriers in the facility. You should pay close attention to these signs to ensure you follow social distancing guidelines, such as staying 6 feet apart from others. USCIS has updated the interview format to protect its staff and applicants. It seems like there are two interview formats that different USCIS offices are implementing right now. One is through a plexiglass shield. Both you and the interviewer will be in the same room. You will be on one side of the plexiglass shield and the officer will be on the other side. You will both wear masks throughout the interview. The other, more common option we've seen is through a virtual meeting. You will be alone in one room, and the officer will be in a separate room. The interview will be conducted through a computer or a tablet. You probably need to have a basic understanding of how to operate the computer or tablet. You might not need to wear your mask during the interview. With the virtual meeting and mask wearing, it will be more difficult to understand the officer. So you need to pay extra attention and do not guess the question. If you don't understand or hear them clearly, make sure to ask the officer to repeat it or clarify the question. Here are some of the phrases you can use. I'm sorry, officer, you're breaking up. Could you repeat the last question? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you clearly. Could you say it louder, please? I'm sorry, I didn't catch what you said. Could you say that a bit slower? I'm so sorry, officer, I didn't understand you. Could you rephrase the question? Before the pandemic, most of the English reading and writing tests were conducted through the tablet. With the current changes, the officer might ask you to do the test with paper and a pen. USCIS encourages you to bring your own blue or black pen to the interview. Lastly, a lot of the field offices are offering the oath ceremony on the same day. If that's the case, it means you have to give up your green card on that day. So be prepared for that. The oath ceremony will be much simpler than the traditional ones, and no guests will be allowed. Also good to note is that passport applications are also taking much longer than usual. All right, that's all we have. Do you have any other questions? Please leave us a comment and make sure to subscribe to get our latest videos. See you next time and take care.